Everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you a reading vlog. Hi guys, it is 4:47 p.m. on Friday the 1st of June. Welcome to a new vlog. Yay, it's Friday. Yay, it's June. June is my favourite month of the year generally because it's my birthday in June, and I love my birthday, even if I'm turning 30 this year. I still love it. So today has been kind of a disaster. I forgot my laptop for work again. I don't even know what the fuck is going on with me about that. I've got some kind of mental block about it. When I left work yesterday, my secretary was like, oh, don't forget it when you come in. I was like, I won't, ha ha ha. And then she was like, oh, do you need me to text you a reminder in the morning? I was like, no, it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. I forgot it. Then I had to sprint to try to get the bus back home. Missed that bus. Had to wait longer. It was a whole thing. It was also a really bad time to have to be working from home because, as I've been mentioning in the previous vlogs, I've been really busy. I'm like, stuff is getting really busy with me at work. And it's hard to get a lot done on the laptop because it's so small, and I'm used to a setup at work where I've got like 2 really big monitors. So to try to get stuff done on that little screen is just really annoying. So I didn't get anywhere near as much work done as I need to, as I would have liked to. So, oh crap, that reminds me of something. I just remembered something else I need to do after I finish filming this vlog, because I'm still got a few things that I want to finish off, but I wanted to film this in natural light. That's why I'm sitting on this weird angle, because if I turn even to the side, we get really bad shadows. But yeah, so reading update. That's what you guys are here for. That's what you guys care about. Enough with the waffling on. So I'm not going to talk about this book too much because I finished it before this vlog even started, and I finished it in May. It's already June, but I did last night finish A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. You guys will have already heard about this in my May wrap-up because that will be up before this first vlog of June goes up. So I'm not going to talk too much about this. Still haven't quite decided on a rating for it, but I did enjoy it. It's nothing perfect, all those types of things, but yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. I will have more concise thoughts in my May wrap-up, which you already will have seen by the time you are seeing this clip. But today, the one good thing about working from home is I feel like everything's just like quicker, because at the office, everything's like, you know, so far away. I have to walk all the way to the kitchen. I have to walk all the way to the bathrooms. Whereas here in my little house, everything's like right there. So I just feel like I save a lot of time in that. So with going back and forth on the bus and having to wait for the bus, and my lunch break that I had like a little shorter lunch break here, but there was no one to distract me on my lunch break because I was just here by myself. So I have got quite a bit read today in The Edge of Normal by Carla Norton. This is the next book I picked up. It is a library book. This is one of the books that I'm reading for one of my goals for the year, which is to read, which goal was it? I believe this was to read 10 of the first 20 books that I marked as to read on Goodreads. So I think this is one of the ones that I've marked on Goodreads like as to read like a really long time ago and had never got to. I am on page 179, so I've made really good progress with this, but it's really easy to read, actually easier to read than what I thought. So this is kind of it's a thriller, and it's about a girl. So the main character is a girl named Reeve. She was kidnapped when she was, I think she was about 12 years old, and she was held in captivity for about 4 years when her captor was trying to transport her from where she was being held captive to another location to hold her captive, and he was hit by a car. And they were in a car accident, and then through this, her then being involved in this really serious car accident, she was found locked in the boot, and so she was rescued, but after 4 years. And so it's years later now. She's 22, I think, and she's still dealing with the psychological repercussions of that situation. But there have recently been a spate of kidnappings in a area not too far from where she lives, and one of the girls in that situation is found, and she's been missing for about a year, I think just under a year. And that girl is found, and the family of that little girl and also her psychologist ask Reeve to come help talk to this girl, to just like help her, because obviously she's been through a very similar situation. You know what I'm talking about. that's basically the gist of what's going on. So I thought there was going to be some mystery aspect to it in terms of who is kidnapping, blah, 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 but it's not really. We get the point of view of the kidnapper in this, and we know who the kidnapper is. And so they think they know who the kidnapper is because they've got the person who they've arrested, who had the girl that they found when they found her, but they don't realize that he is just like a pleb in it, and it's actually, this guy is like the mastermind of it, and he's got several girls in captivity in like different places, and so it's like he's like a mastermind of like a pedophile kidnapping ring, basically. So trigger warnings for a whole crap ton of things. PTSD, massively, rape, torture, pedophiles, like a whole slew of things, but I am enjoying it. It's very easy to read. So I'm just under halfway, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm enjoying it. Interested to see kind of where it's going to go, because we're obviously going to try break down, like they're obviously trying to find out what's going on, so I know what's going on, so I kind of wish I had that mystery aspect to it, but I'm interested to see kind of how it wraps up. So I didn't listen to any audiobooks today. I actually have, I think, 2 or 3 audiobooks that have come in that I have ready to go on my phone, but because I wasn't at work, I just didn't listen to anything, and so I haven't listened to anything. I'll be starting on some of those audiobooks next week. So that's it for this clip. What do I have going on tonight and this weekend? Maybe you guys are interested. I don't know if you guys care about this part of the vlog. Tonight I have soccer training. I don't really want to go, but we have a game this Sunday, and my coach wants to do like a talk at this training, so I feel like I have to go. So, going to that. My niece's soccer game tonight, and that's actually starting before my training, so I think I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to get to see like maybe 20 minutes of her game, and then I'll go from there to training, because that's where she's playing, is actually kind of on the way. Tomorrow will be coffee, I think. I'm not sure what's going on. I actually have a few like family things going on at the moment. Both my nan and my sister are actually currently in hospital. It's nothing super alarming, like it's nothing like super serious. Well, it's serious, like they're in hospital, but it's not life-threatening. But so I'm not sure what's going on with coffee and such, because like obviously we normally go to coffee with my nan, she's in hospital, and obviously my parents are helping look after my sister's kids, because my sister's husband's actually on call for work at the moment, my sister's in hospital. It's a whole thing, so I'm not sure what's going on this weekend. I don't have anything, aside from normally going to coffee, I don't have anything on tomorrow during the day or at night, I think, and Sunday I've got a game. I think maybe my dad's got a game. I don't think my brother's playing again this weekend. I'm not really sure what's going on. There'll be some form of soccer, but I can keep you updated on that as the weekend progresses. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, probably from the library, because no matter what happens tomorrow, I will most likely be making a trip to the library. Although I don't have anything to return. Although, if I could get this finished, that would be awesome, because this is overdue. But I don't know that I'm going to get it finished in time to take it to the library, but we'll see. But yeah, I will check in with you guys tomorrow and let you know how I'm getting on, and I will talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is, what time is it? 4:28 p.m. on Saturday, the 3rd. What's the date today? The 2nd of June. Fucking hell. Okay. I have had a really busy day today. I've been out, not busy, but I've been out of the house basically all day. So I mentioned yesterday, I think, that both my sister and my nan are in hospital at the moment, and they are in different hospitals, which just adds a whole layer of annoying to things. So my parents picked me up at the usual time on Saturday. So they picked me up at about 8:40 this morning. We went straight to the hospital and visited with my sister for a couple of hours. We then went from that hospital to the other hospital where my nan was, had lunch, visited with her for a couple of hours. We then went to the shops to get the things that we usually get after coffee. Then came home. It was almost, I think, 3:30, or it was about 3 o'clock, and I had to film my wrap-up, which I just got done filming, which is why I'm filming this here where my bookshelves are, because I literally just finished, so I figured I'd film it here. I had to film that because I wanted to film it while the light was good, and it's now, like I said, basically 4:30 and it's going to be getting dark really soon. So I had to quickly film that because I want to get that uploaded tomorrow morning. So I want to edit that tonight. So I'm home now. And also, sorry, when I got home as well, I had to do like the tour type things that I usually do on Saturday afternoons. So I haven't been to the library today, but that's fine because I don't actually have a book to return. And I just realized I didn't bring my book in here, so I'm not going to have my book to show you, but I didn't have any books to return and I don't have any books to pick up, so there was no need for me to go to the library today, so that was fine. So I am still reading The Edge of Normal by Carla Norton. I think I was on page 217 last night, so I made pretty good progress with that overall. Got over halfway, really happy with that. I've read a couple of chapters this afternoon, but only a couple. I'd say I'm like 20 pages, if that, further through. I think it's just over 400 pages, so I would love to get that finished tonight, but I'm not sure. I don't have anything going on tonight, but I feel like I've been out all day and I'm feeling a little bit like, you know, just harried because I feel like I've been not rushing, because at the hospital and stuff was fine, but then it was like at the shops and then home and then doing all the chores and then quickly, I hadn't even like planned out my stats or anything yet. I had to quickly check all my stats and figure all that out and then film the wrap up, and I need to edit it now. Yeah, so I may just spend the afternoon, like the evening tonight, relaxing. Then tomorrow I have a soccer game at 10:30. My nephew has a football game, but I won't be able to go because even though it's at 9, it's like a 40-minute drive and I have to be at my game an hour before, so I just wouldn't have time to see his game. So got my game. I don't know what's happening after that, if I'm doing anything else. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think that's it for this clip. I wanted to film this. I just thought I'd film this quickly here, like I said, because you can see some books and some bookshelves in the background, and the light is quite good here because I've got the window. That's why I film here, obviously. And you're not getting a nice car clip today because I didn't go to the library and haven't been in my car at all today. Maybe I'll film a clip for you in the car tomorrow because I'll be taking myself to soccer. So maybe you'll get a car clip tomorrow so that we can keep the weekend car clips, you know, going strong. But yeah, that is it for this clip. I think I will talk to you guys at some point tomorrow, like I said, and let you know how I'm getting on with my reading, if I manage to finish The Edge of Normal or not. We will see. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 4:48 p.m. on Sunday the 3rd of June. I thought I'd give you guys a car clip. I am just sitting in my carport. I've just come home from somewhere. I wasn't just come out to my carport to film a clip. I have been busy today for the most part. So I went to my game this morning. I left the house at 9:30, so that was my morning. We won our game. That was really great. I then came home and had a shower, and then I had enough time to film 2 videos, which was really great because yesterday I only had time to film 1, and I needed to film 3 this weekend, and I didn't think I was going to have any more time, so it was really great. I managed to film the other 2 videos this afternoon. That was really great. And then basically as soon as I finished filming that, I left to go watch my brother's team play, which is where I've just come home from. So that's my day. Reading update. I don't have it with me because I just gave it to my mother to return to the library because I normally, like I said, I'm not going to get there again until next weekend, and I already have a fine on it, so I don't want to get another fine. So I finished last night The Edge of Normal by Carla Norton. I enjoyed it. I don't love stories as much where we have the villain perspective. In like thriller type books, well, I guess I don't mind it as much if you've got the perspective and you don't know who it is, but when you've got the perspective and you know who the killer is, I'm just swapping hands, and you know who the killer is, it takes away a lot of the suspense of the story when the police or the person like investigating whatever is being misdirected, because we know that they're being misdirected, so we don't get misdirected because we're just like, well, that's not the person, because we know who the person is. So I don't love that as much. It was still enjoyable. I'm just checking my phone to see if I wrote any other notes about it. Oh, there was no unnecessary romance in this, which I really liked, because I find quite often in these types of stories where you've got someone recovering from a traumatic past and they're like trying to investigate something, they'll end up forming a romance with someone else who's trying to investigate it, and that didn't really happen in this book, which I really appreciated as well. I also did really like the main character, Reeve. I really liked that she really was aware and acknowledged that she was still recovering, and she wasn't at still wasn't at like the best level of like perfect mental health or whatever, that she was still dealing with issues following her traumatic past. I really liked that, because I think quite often you get these stories and they will have had this really traumatic past, but then they're like denying it to themselves, like, no, I'm totally fine now, and it's very clear to the reader that they're not fine. I liked that she was very much acknowledging throughout the whole book, like she was still in active therapy once a week with her therapist. Once a week? Yeah, I think once a week or once a month, something like that, whatever. Like with her therapist to like deal with her issues, and still trying to like improve areas of her life that she's struggled with since the incident, blah, blah, blah. Things about it I did really like. I wanted to say as well, I gave, I think, trigger warnings in one of the earlier clips for obviously saying that this dealt with like rape and all of that type of thing. None of that is explicit. I wanted to make that clear, that it's not, you don't get a blow by blow, I hate to use that phrase, but you don't get any of like the gratuitous details. It's just something that you kind of told has happened. If you know what I mean. It's not detailed. So I just thought I'd make that clear as well. So I did enjoy it. It is the first book in a duology. I think there's a sequel, which I think, well, the series is named after the main character, so I presume it's following on from that. But yeah, sorry, did I say? I gave it 3.5 stars. I haven't moved on to anything else. I haven't had any time to read yet today. I am now going to move on to Doubt, Volume 2 by Yoshiki Tonagai, I want to say. I'm really looking forward to that, because I really enjoyed the first volume. I wish I'd been able to get to it quicker, because I feel like I can't remember all the details of the characters. So this is the second and last like bind-up collection of manga that is about a group of people who play this mobile game that's like got wolves and rabbits, and everyone's a rabbit, but there's one wolf, and the wolf like kills off the rabbits, and you got to try to figure out who the rabbit is. But then they meet up in real life, but there's a real life wolf, and they're slowly getting killed off, blah blah blah. I am worried that I don't really remember who's been killed already, and like I can't remember a lot of the details to like, I can't even remember if I had any thoughts. I'm sure I would have written it down if I did, so I'll check my notes, but I don't know. I can't really remember a lot of the details. I think this would have been a really good series to binge, but unfortunately, because I got it from the library, I couldn't get the first and second volumes. The second volume I had on request, and it just took a really long time to come in. And then I had so many other books that I needed to get to. I'm really struggling to hold the camera up today. I had so many other books that I was struggling to get to that I just couldn't get to it any quicker, so that's a little bit disappointing, but hopefully I'll still really enjoy it and really love the end of it. And hopefully, once I've read a little bit of it, I'll start to remember a bit more of the finer details. Or hopefully there's a recap, not like previously on, but that the characters will talk about what's happened before to remind the reader, because it is a separate volume. But that doesn't generally happen with manga, because it's just not how it works, but we'll see. I'm just really rambling at this point. So that is it. I don't have anything going on tonight. Just relaxing. I would like to get at least one of those videos that I filmed today edited, because I'm not going to have much time after work any of the nights this week. I've got knitting on Monday, I have a nail appointment on Tuesday, I've got training on Wednesday, I've got a massage on Thursday, and then I've got training again on Friday. So I'm not going to have a lot of free time this week after work, so it'd be great if I could get at least one of those edited so that I was on top of things. That would be really great. But yeah, that is it for this clip. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, most likely, when I get home from work. Let you know what progress I've made with Doubt. But yeah, that is it for this clip. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 5:33 p.m. on Monday, the 4th of June. I just got home from work. I had a really, really busy day today. Last night, I didn't do any editing of any of my videos, and I'm really mad at myself that I didn't. because I don't know when I'm going to get the chance to now. I'm going to be really struggling to get them edited and uploaded on time, and I really didn't want to be behind on videos this month, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. On the upside, I did read the entire Doubt Volume 2 by Yoshiki Tonagai manga volume last night. So this is the last in this 2, like, collector's edition volume. So I read this whole thing last night. I enjoyed it. I found that some of the panels, I couldn't tell what was happening. Like, in terms of the illustrations. Like, I'll see if I can find an example that's, like, not, oh, it wouldn't be a spoiler because you can't tell what's happening in it. Like, there's a lot of times where I'm just like, I'm just skimming over the panel because I'm like, well, what is happening in this particular, like, picture, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to see if I can find, of course, now that I've said that, I won't be able to find an example. I really should have put a flag on something for you guys. I don't know that I'm going to be able to find something that wouldn't technically maybe be a spoiler. Anyway, take my word for it. There were panels that I couldn't tell what was happening. I also wasn't super in love with the way that it kind of ended. But it was really enjoyable. It was just an enjoyable, fun kind of murder mystery romp. So I did enjoy it. I don't think it was quite as strong for me as the first collector's edition volumes. In the end, I gave that 3.5 stars. Then today, while I was at work, if I could just grab, I started Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard. This is the 4th and final book in the Red Queen series. This is, I don't think I can tell, friggin' ginormous. This is over 650 pages, and as I mentioned just before, I was really busy at work today. I didn't have very much time for reading at all. I am on page 45. That's it. That's all I got read today, and I've got knitting group tonight, so I'm worried that this is going to end up taking me a really long time to get through because I'm going to be so busy with work, and I've also got stuff on after work every single day, so I'm just not going to have as much time for reading this week as what I normally would. But we'll see. If it takes me longer, it takes me longer. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm hoping to get a little bit more read maybe before I leave for knitting tonight, and then when I get home before I go to bed, maybe hit like 100 pages. That would be great. That's kind of my aim, is to reach the 100-page mark. I don't really have any thoughts on this yet. I've only read 45 pages. This picks up exactly kind of where the 3rd book left off. So this series gets really mixed reviews. I personally really enjoy it, hence why I have continued on till the last book, and I'm interested in seeing how it finishes up once I get through the 600 pages that I still have left to read. So that is it, I think, for this clip. Oh, no, it's not. I did listen to an audiobook today as well. So I was listening to If I Live by Terry Blackstock. This is the 3rd and final book in the If I Run trilogy. This is a trilogy. It's basically about a girl. I've mentioned this so many times on my channel, so I'll go through it really quickly. It's about a woman who finds the dead body of her best friend, and she knows that she's going to be set up for the murder, and so she flees, and her best friend's family hires a man basically to track her down, and the man starts to, through investigating and trying to track her down, think that maybe she's not responsible for the crime, and it all just kind of goes from there. This last book is pretty short. I made it 83% of the way through that today, so I've only got a little bit left to read tomorrow. I will say that I'm not super in love with this last installment. I find that there's a bit of insta-love going on in this, not necessarily in terms of time period, but in terms of circumstance. I can't really go into much more than that without spoiling things. I've mentioned in the previous book, so this is Christian fiction as well. And I mentioned it a little bit in the other 2 books that at different points it could be like a little bit preachy. This one I am finding to be so preachy. And I understand that I'm not the target audience because I don't identify as Christian, and that's fine. But as a non-Christian person, like I'm not religious. You know, I don't go to church or anything like that. I'm finding it, like, there's so much of it in here. It gets brought up all of the time. It's a lot in this one. In the other ones, it was just like a little bit of it, but in this one, it's pretty, like, there's a lot of it. I'm just like, it takes me out of the story a little bit because I'm just like, oh, again, with this, okay. So I say that's as from me as a non-Christian. I'm sure a Christian reader would really enjoy those parts of the story, and I don't not enjoy it. It's not like I don't begrudge this character their beliefs. Like, that's totally fine, and I'm totally fine with everyone and everyone's belief system. It's just a lot to hear about as someone who doesn't practice that religion. And then combined with, like I say, the insta-lovey aspects, and this one, the plot gets a little bit more, like, the plot overall was already a bit like, really, but it gets a little bit more so in this one. Like, there was one thing that happened that I can't say because it would be a spoiler, that I was just like, as if, like, that would never happen. Like, it just would not happen, but, you know, sometimes you have to suspend your beliefs a little bit, and I'm struggling with that a little bit in this book. But yeah, that is it for this clip. I said that, and now I really mean it this time. I will give you guys an update again tomorrow when I get home from work. I'm not sure if I'll have time to update you before my nail appointment, but if not, I'll update you after that, and I'll let you know. Hopefully, I will have finished, if I leave and give you my final thoughts on that, and hopefully I've made some decent progress through Warstorm. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi guys, it is 8:35 p.m. on Tuesday the 5th of June. It's later than usual. I was at work, obviously. Well, not obviously, I guess maybe you don't know that I went to work today. I did go to work today. Came home, went basically straight to my nail appointment, had my nail appointment, came home, and have been working on getting the video that I've spoken about previously that it's supposed to be uploaded tonight, on getting that edited. I got about 80% of the way through editing it, and my entire computer crashed, and I had to do like a manual restart, and I lost the edited video, and I had to start over again. So that is just exporting now, and then once it finishes exporting, I still have to upload it, but we're there. The hard part of editing it is over. So yeah, I did have my nail appointment, so I've gone for a much more neutral nude color. I don't know how well it looks. Very pink on camera. In real life, it's pinkish, but it's almost like a see-through. Like, you can kind of almost see the nail through it. Like, it's very neutral, which I'm happy with for a little bit of something different. So reading update. First off, update on Warstorm. So last night I read to page 94, I think it was, got hair in my mouth, 94, so not a huge amount of progress. And then today I read about between I can't do math right now, but like 45-ish pages. So pretty much the same amount of pages I got read yesterday. I'm on page 138. So I'm literally only that far of the way through. I'm hoping to get a bit more of this read right now that video is exporting. Can get a bit more read. I would love to make it to at least page 200 tonight, but we will see. I also finished the audiobook today for If I Live by Terry Blackstock. I didn't like it, you guys. This is the third and final book in the trilogy, and the first two I gave both 3 stars. They were like, okay, like nothing fantastic, but okay. This third one just went so far downhill. I've mentioned in last night's clip about how preachy it got. Oh, it got so preachy. There's almost like a whole chapter in this that's about scripture and like the main character going like to a church, and like I said, I'm not against those things, but this book is advertised as like a thriller, so hi. So it's advertised as a thriller, so give me a thriller. Don't tell me that you're a thriller and then give me a book that's just preaching about Christianity. it's just not what it's advertised to be. So, and like in the first couple of books, like I said, there were parts of that in it, but I could not overlook it. Like, it was fine because it wasn't too heavy-handed. Oh, this one, it is so preachy. This actually has really high ratings on Goodreads, but I assume that it's because if you made it to this third book, then maybe you're really into Christian themes, and so the people who read it really love that, which is great. I'm really happy for those people, but for me it was just super preachy. It's also super insta-lovey. Like, it gets even worse in the in the like last part of it. I was just like, oh, this is like cringily insta-lovey. Like I said, then there was that part that I mentioned last night that I was just like so not able to believe. I was like, this would never happen. So it was just like not a great finish to the trilogy for me. So I'm only giving that 2 stars. Really didn't like the end of it. I didn't start another audiobook today. I was just catching up on podcasts because I listen to a lot of podcasts. Well, I listen to not a lot, but I listen to quite a few. So I was listening to podcasts, but I do have my next audiobook downloaded, ready to go to start listening to tomorrow. So I'll be listening to that and continuing on with the beast that is Warstorm. I said tomorrow. So tomorrow I have training, but I didn't realize until last night that State of Origin is on tomorrow night. Now, for anyone outside of Australia, they're not going to know what the heck State of Origin is. It's a sporting thing, and it's actually not that big in South Australia, which is where I live now, but I didn't always live in South Australia, and I'm a big State of Origin fan, and I really want to watch it. So I think I'm going to go to training, but I'm only going to go for like the team talk part that like normally is at the beginning of the first training after we've played a game, and then I'm going to come home to watch State of Origin, and I'll be able to read a little bit while State of Origin is on, like in the breaks and stuff. So, but I won't necessarily get a huge amount read tomorrow night either. And then, like I mentioned, I've got a massage on Thursday, and then soccer training again on Friday, and then it's the weekend. But it is a holiday weekend here in Australia. I don't know if it is everywhere in Australia, but in a lot of areas in Australia, it is the Queen's birthday. It's not actually the Queen's birthday, but it is the public holiday where we celebrate the Queen's birthday. And it's sad a little bit because this is the last public holiday that we have off until October. So we have like quite a lot in Australia in the first half of the year. Not like a lot, but we've got a few in the first half of the year because there's Australia Day, there's Easter, there's Anzac Day, we have Adelaide Cup Day. What else is there? I'm forgetting something. No, I think that might be it. And then Queen's birthday. And then we don't have anything until the first weekend in October. So that break from June till October with no holidays is always a tough period to get through at work with no long weekends to really look forward to. But yes, I'm excited for this weekend and the 3-day weekend, especially because it'll be a nice little break because I have been so busy at work this past week or so. So yeah, this clip got a lot rambly. I was planning for this to be a really quick clip, but it wasn't. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow, either before, I'll probably just talk to you when I get home before I go to training. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 5:39 p.m. on Wednesday, the 6th of June. So I just got home from work. I'm actually not going to training at all tonight. I messaged my coach to be like, I'm not going to train, but if there's a team talk, I'm happy to come down for the first like 20 minutes or whatever. And he was like, no team talk tonight. And I was like, okay, bye, see you Friday. So not training, which is great. I do have to make a very quick trip to the library. I don't normally go to the library during the week, but I finished that Doubt graphic novel on Sunday, and I meant to take it with me because I can go past the library on the way to knitting on Mondays, and I didn't, and then I was going to take it on the way to training tonight, and now I'm not going to training, but I'll get a fine on that on Friday if I don't return it before then, so I need to take it back. Winnie! So I got to do that. But apart from that, I'm just going to be watching State of Origin like I mentioned yesterday, and I do want to at least start editing the next video. So I did manage to get the video I was talking about yesterday uploaded last night, which was great, but I've got another video that will need to go up Friday morning, and again, I've got a massage tomorrow night, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to edit it. So anyway, that's my life booktube struggles. In terms of a reading update, I'm still reading Warstorm. Last night I got to about page 224, I want to say, that I was on. So past the 200 page mark, which was my goal, so I was happy with that. And then I've got a bit more read today than what I have on the previous days this week. I'm on page 296. So I've managed to read just over 70 pages, which is not too bad. And I'm hoping to have a bit more time to read this. So I'd love to get to at least page 350 tonight, but we'll see. So I'm enjoying this. This series is very, particularly in this one, very political. It's got action and stuff in it, but it is very political. You've got warring nations, things like that. A lot of, scheming and strategizing about the best ways to win a war type of thing is going on. There's actually a character in this who I'm pretty sure, because I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure it's the first time we've had a character perspective from this person, and I guess maybe they could be considered like a villain, but I really am enjoying this character. They're actually becoming one of my favorite characters. Actually got a couple of people who are becoming like favorite-ish characters in this. So I am enjoying this. I did start an audiobook today. I am listening to Losing Brave by Bailey Madison and Stephanie Miller. I am 52% of the way through, so just over halfway. This is a YA. Here's the thing. This is described as being a YA. Well, actually, just go right back to the start. So I posted my TBR last night. Mel from over at That Girl Bookworm commented on it about this particular book and said, oh, Bailey Madison, isn't that the actress? And so I Googled, because I was like, is it? I've never heard of her. And so I Googled, and it is. She's like 18 years old, and she's co-written this, and it says co-written, so I presume that they worked together and that it's not ghostwritten, but I'm not 100% clear. But it's co-written with another author who is, I'll see if I can get it up. They're an author, not one that I've ever heard of, but anyway, they worked on the book together. And in a lot of the articles and stuff that I saw about the book, because obviously there's articles about it because Bailey Madison is an actress. She's not an actress that I know, but she is an actress. So Stephanie Miller is, does it say? No, I can't remember where I read it, and I'm not going to look it up. But anyway, she's an author. And so in all the press releases and stuff about it, it was described as a YA psychological thriller. I beg to differ. I believe what I read on Goodreads, it's flagged as young adult mystery and teen, so a young adult mystery. And the plot is described as being about a girl who, so I'm going to read you the synopsis, okay? Because this is where I've got some gripes. It says, more than a year has passed since 17-year-old Peyton Brave's twin sister Dylan went missing. Sorry, the cat's going absolutely crazy over there. And Peyton, desperate to hold on to what's left of Dylan, is starting to crack. Lost in the mystery and turmoil of the disappearance, Peyton is overcome by the aftermath of being the one left behind, especially since she's still unable to remember what happened. When sudden, reckless outbursts throw her from the graces of popularity to the outskirts of high school society, her new status attracts a crowd of friends she had never anticipated and a troubling new romance with her sister's old boyfriend. New clues are unearthed and the victim's features are eerily similar. New clues are unearthed when another missing girl's body is recovered and the victim's features are eerily similar to Dylan. But the more Peyton pries at her blocked memories to discover what happened, the further down the path of danger she goes. As the darkness surrounds her sister's disappearance grows and the truth becomes more and more unbearable, what Peyton finds might just cost her life. So that sounds very mysterious, like it's going to be very heavy on the mystery. It's not even really addressed that the sister is missing for a little bit into the story. It's kind of like hinted at that, like there's casual mentions of like that the mom is, going through some things and stuff, but you don't really get even like the story of the sister being missing from the get-go, which I thought was real strange. This whole romance that's mentioned with the sister's boyfriend, that's not even really a thing at this point. So I'm like, why is that in the synopsis? I presume that maybe that's going to happen, or maybe what is happening is being hinted at. as a romance, but I wouldn't call it a romance. I don't get it. This whole body thing, I don't even think a body's been discovered yet, unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure the police have talked about they've now realised they've linked 2 other missing girls, but there's been no body. They did say that the other missing girl looks like the sister, but it's just so, like, the story is so focused on, like, other things that don't seem to have any, like, anything to do with the plot. And only in kind of the last 10 to 20%, I would say, have we started to get the character going through these, like, outbursts and things that it's talking about. It's also got some stuff in there that I really don't like. So right from the get-go, the character keeps calling her dad Daddy, which is fine. Like, some people call their dad that. But she's not just saying it, like, to her dad when she's talking to him. She's not just like, hi, Daddy, or whatever. She's like, when she's referring to him, like, when it's referring to him and she's thinking about him, she says Daddy, and I comes across a bit weird. And I say this as someone who's a daddy's girl from way back, but it feels weird. It feels weird. I know it's probably just me, but it feels weird. There's a guy at the start of the story who's, like, kind of pursuing her to want to date her. She's not interested. She keeps saying that she's not interested. He keeps, like, harassing her, basically, about it. And then at one point, after she has been saying, like, as, like, the narrator of the book that she's not interested, she's then like, oh, I love, making him, like, kind of beg for it. And I was like, oh, like, don't be that girl. Like, do we need that shit in our books? I don't think we do. And then she agrees to go out on one drive with him, like, to go for a drive with him. And they go for this drive. This is right near the start, so, like, not a spoiler, really. And they go for this drive, and then he's like, while they're out on the drive, he's like, oh, so I guess we're official now. And I was like, what? You're official because you went on one drive? Like, what? Like, things have changed since I was in high school, but, like, what? It was so strange. And then, like, he keeps trying to kiss her, and she keeps, like, not letting him kiss her, and I was like, take a hint, dude. Take a hint. I don't know if this is supposed to be... It's not necessarily supposed to be romantic because he's not really a romantic interest across the story, but I just didn't... Like, I don't get why he was even really in there. Like, I hope you guys can hear that. She looks very proud of herself. So I'm just trying to look at my actual notes. I've just said this all off the top of my head of the things that I can remember that have so far been annoying. Oh, yeah. At the start of the story, when she's, like, making a choice about what outfit to wear to school. So I also don't like... I'm not super into it being, like, the mum is this character who's constantly saying to her, like, she keeps saying that the mum doesn't let her eat whatever she wants because she has to think about the calories and she has to think about what she's wearing and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not super into that whole thing. And then literally in, like, the very beginning of the book, she makes a decision about what chips to take to school based on which packaging would clash with her outfit. Like, she was going to take Cheetos, but she thought that, like, the mom suggested that the Cheetos packet would clash with the pink dress that she was wearing. So she decides to take different chips. And I was like, what the fuck? I know I'm not super into fashion, but is this the decision, the, like, basis that people make a decision about what chips to take? On the fact that the Cheetos packet that you'll maybe be holding for, like, 20 minutes of the day is going to clash with your dress? What even the actual fuck is that? It was so strange. Oh, and then there's this whole incident at one point. She has a scuffle with the guy previously mentioned who's a dick, and I think she punches him or something. I can't even really remember. And I just read this today and I can't even really remember the details. That's what this book is like. And she ends up getting arrested and put into a jail cell. And I was like, on what planet is a teenage girl? I know it's assault. I'm not saying it's not assault and that she should have done it or whatever, but over a physical, like, thing, like, the amount of times people, but I just don't believe that she would be put into a jail cell and, like, held in a jail cell. And her mum, like, sends her homework so that she can, like, do her homework while she's in there. And mum's just like, yeah, cool. My daughter just, like, punched a guy because he was being a complete dick and she's in jail cell, but, like, we're cool with it. Okay, so, moral of the story. I got a lot of issues with this book. It's not what I wanted it to be. I also don't think it's as advertised. literally at 52% of the way in, the main character has just now started to be like, maybe I want to look more into the fact that I don't remember stuff about the sister's disappearance and that there's these other girls going missing, and maybe I'll start to investigate. We're halfway through. I don't know what else to say. I'll probably finish that off tomorrow. Hopefully the second half is better than the first half, but I don't know, I had a lot of hope. Anyway, this became a much longer, much rantier clip than I had planned for this to be. And I'm going to go now because I've got to drop that book off at the library before State of Origin starts, which I've got a while. I've got like an hour and a half. But I want to do that because I also want to wash my hair before State of Origin starts. You guys really don't care about these minute life details. So yeah, that is it for this clip. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, either before or after my massage. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye. Hi guys, it is 5:57 p.m. on Thursday the 7th of June. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I almost didn't film this clip because I'm just having a really shit day. It's just one of those days. Nothing like in particular happened. I've mentioned a few times, there's Winnie's tail. Something to lighten the mood. I mentioned I've been really busy at work. I just feel like things have gone from like 0 to like 200. And I've been feeling really stressed about it, and I just feel like I've had a lot going on this week as well, which probably didn't help. Plus, I've got stuff going on, like I've kind of mentioned in passing, with my family. My nan actually did get out of the hospital today, so that was really, really great. But my sister came out of hospital on Sunday, but she's since gone back into hospital. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just feeling stressed. And it's just been one of those days where I felt like I was go for like every second of the day at work. And I was just feel like I've just been on edge all day. And I mentioned that I had a massage appointment tonight, and then right as I was about to leave work, my masseuse texted me and said that she had cut her hand prepping dinner, and that she was going to need a stitch or two, so she'd have to reschedule the appointment, which was fine. But I see a remedial masseuse every month. I originally started going to help. I used to suffer a lot with headaches and migraines, and I still get a lot of headaches. I'm just one of those people. I'm just a headache person. I don't get migraines as much, which is good, but I used to get them all the time, which is why I started going to see the remedial masseuse. But I also have a lot of back problems. Not like a lot of back problems, that sounds really dramatic. I have a bad back. I have a sore back, and it kind of goes up and down. Sometimes it only hurts me a little bit, or sometimes it's like only occasionally that it hurts, and sometimes it hurts a lot, and it hurts all the time. And I'm in one of those stages at the moment where my back has been hurting me a lot, and to the point where over the past week and a half, I've taken painkillers for it a few times, which I never do. Most of the time I can just kind of push it to the back of my mind and not think about it too much, or can just lay flat and for a little while if I'm at home, and can just kind of get past it. But for the last week and a half, it's been pretty bad, and I was really hanging out for this massage tonight, so I was already so stressed. And then when the massage has had to be rescheduled, it's just it was like one thing on top of another. Anyway, you guys really don't care about this. On to a reading update. So this is right here. So let's talk about Warstorm first. So last night I managed to read I read to page 348, which was pretty good. I was really happy with that. I've got almost nothing read today. I don't know what is going on in the lighting in this clip, why it's so yellow looking. I want to kind of turn angles, but I really don't want to share because I was comfortable. But the sacrifices we make. Ugh, that was really ugly. Is that better? I don't even think that's better. I don't know. This is one of those clips where for some reason we've gone yellow. Whatever. I can't do anything about it. Okay, so Warstorm. I read to 348 last night. I've got nothing read today, basically. I read on the bus on the way to work. That's it. I had a teleconference today. that went for over an hour, and I had to go to lunch early because the teleconference was going to be over part of lunchtime. And I didn't get time to read at lunch, and then I was so stressed when I left work. I couldn't read anything. I just couldn't focus on it because I was just feeling stressed. So I am on page, oh no, I can't even open it. What page am I on? 371. So that's it. I read like less than just over 20 pages today. Hardly anything at all. I am still enjoying this. The chapter that I read on the bus on the way to work was a really good chapter. Something happened in that chapter that I've been wanting to happen since the beginning of the book, so I was really pleased. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to get read tonight because I don't know that I can focus. This is very rare for me. I don't like slump or anything like that, and I'm not in a slump. I feel like I really need to decompress. So I'm thinking of just like putting on a movie and just relaxing and just doing nothing for the evening, even reading, just putting on something. I'm actually thinking of putting on 10 Things I Hate About You because I've been really craving that movie for the last couple of weeks. I keep thinking about it and just seeing like random memes and stuff, and I've been really wanting to watch that, and it's one of my faves. So I think I'm going to put that on. So I don't know how much more I'm going to get read, but I did also finish the audiobook today for Losing Brave by Bailey Madison and Stephanie Miller. Oh boy. This probably didn't help either that I was having like a really stressful day, and then I was also reading a pretty shit book. I didn't like this audio book at all. If we were going purely off entertainment, which is the main thing that I rate, this would be like a 1-star, but I generally reserve my 1-star reviews for books that I find the writing in particular, like also to be like really, really shit. And the writing wasn't good, but it wasn't like shit. And I also reserve my 1-stars generally for books that I find offensive in some way, that are just have so many like really awful, like, I don't know. I just can't really explain it, but and I also feel like maybe the fact that I haven't been in a great mood is probably contributing to me wanting to give it a really low rating. So I'm giving it 2 stars, but the second half was just as bad as the first half. I mentioned I went to a whole rant yesterday. This book just was a mess. It was such a mess. The author went for a couple of different plot twists, both of which I saw coming. I don't think they were that shocking at all. And one of the plot twists in particular, you then find out, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you then find out that there's a character who like was aware of one of the plot twists, and it made zero fucking sense to me that character would have been aware of like this whole thing and not have said anything. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And so the book was also just confusing, and I don't know if it's because I was really busy at work, so maybe my mind wasn't on it as much as what it normally would be, but there's a lot of like the main character flashing back to when her twin sister was there, and I was just, at parts of the story I was like, what is happening? There was actually a couple of times where I like rewound little bits to listen to it because I was like, wait, what's happening now? It was just, I say, take my rating with a grain of salt, because like I said, I've been in a bad mood, so it probably didn't help, but I really didn't like this book. I did not think that it was well done. I also, though, on a slightly more lighthearted note, although not really lighthearted because I'm about to pan some people, but what the fuck is wrong with people on Goodreads? Like, this has always annoyed me, and I know people talk about it as like a thing, like, why do people do this? And I just 100% agree. But this person in particular is a complete hypocrite. And it just astounds me. I'm just trying to get it up. So the very first rating that comes up on mine at least, for Losing Brave on Goodreads is a 5-star review. And then when you click into the review, it says, I haven't read the book yet. Don't fucking rate it then if you haven't read the book. I don't like people who give 5-star ratings because, oh, I love this person or whatever. I don't like people who give it 1 star because I don't like this person. Just don't rate it. If you haven't read it, you can't rate it. So that already really annoys me. But then they've gone on to say, I haven't read the book yet, but I pre-ordered it, but it's obvious that all the previous comments are fake accounts. Obviously, they don't know how to properly review a book. Apparently neither do you, because you haven't read it, yet you gave it a 5-star rating. And like, that was a year ago that this person put that rating on. So You apparently pre-ordered it, but you didn't care enough to read it, so it definitely can't be worth 5 stars. So that really annoyed me. And then there was another review on here. Where is it? Let me just find it, because I quite often, when I finish a book, I like read other people's reviews, both people who have similar thoughts to me and different thoughts to me, because quite often I'll read a book and I might really like it, and then I'll read reviews of people who didn't like it, and it draws my attention to some issues and stuff that I may not have been aware of. Where was this other review? Oh, here, this person. DNF at 15%, 2.5 stars. Okay. I don't believe in rating books if you haven't finished it. I just don't think that you can give a fair rating to a book if you haven't read the whole thing. So I've got an issue with it just on that basis, but I'm also like, 2.5 stars is literally exactly half of 5, and you couldn't make it more than 15% of the way through the book. How did this get a 2.5 star if you couldn't make it through more than 15% of the book? What the heck is wrong with people? I tell you what. So, Anyway, I feel like the last 2 clips can just be like, Karen goes on a complete fucking rant. Why am I yellow? I seriously look jaundice. Anyway, I just need to cut this shit right here. Don't know how much more reading I'm going to get done tonight. I'm going to put on 10 things I hate about you because I just need it in my life right now. I will check in with you guys tomorrow when I get home from work. It's fucking Friday tomorrow. Thank freaking God, and it's a long weekend, and I just need it so badly in my life. So, you know, there is peace on the horizon. So anyway, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. So yes, talk to you then. Bye. Just for the record, I literally just turned the camera off and then back on, and now we're in normal color. Like, why was I yellow? I don't know what happened. Anyway, bye guys. Hi guys, it is 6:17 p.m. on Friday, the 8th of June. This is going to be the last clip for this particular vlog, and this will probably be a pretty quick update because I've read hardly anything since I last spoke to you guys. So I've been really busy at work today, surprise, surprise, but it's Friday. The weekend is here. I've mentioned it's a long weekend this weekend, which I'm so excited about. So last night, as I mentioned, I just wanted to really decompress. I didn't read very much at all. I was on page 404 of War Storm. That was it. And then I watched 10 Things I Hate About You, and that was my evening. Then tonight, today, read nothing. Literally haven't read a page, and I haven't listened to anything. I have another audiobook ready to go, but I had some podcasting to do, so I did that today instead, and I'll start my new audiobook next week. And I didn't read any physical pages because I was just didn't get the chance really, but I was supposed to have soccer training tonight, but my coach cancelled. There are some good things in life. I was really excited about it, and I'm actually just right now going to go and take a bath, and I'll probably do some reading there maybe. I'll probably end up falling asleep because that's normally what happens when I take a bath, but I'm just really in the mood for that. So I'm going to go do that, and hopefully I'll get a bit read tonight. My plan for this weekend, which you'll get to experience my long weekend excitement in the next vlog, but my plan for this weekend, basically tomorrow, I want to get this finished. I still have like 250 pages to go, but if I get like 50 pages read tonight, 200 tomorrow, totally doable. And I would also like to get my next read, which is my next library book. I would like to really get that done over this weekend as well, because I'm really falling behind with where I wanted to be with my reading, and I have a lot of, I think I'm literally going to have to do like 4 library books in a row because I've already racked up a couple of fines. And then I return that item, but then I've got something coming up immediately afterwards. It's about to get a fine, and so I just really need to get as on top of that as I can, because I don't want to keep getting fined, because you may as well buy books if you're just going to be paying a fine every week. So yeah, and I don't like having fines either because I'm always concerned that someone wants the book, but to be fair, for the most part, it's not because somebody wants the book, it's just because at my library you can only renew it twice. And then you can't renew it again even if there's no hold, which I think is so stupid, especially when there's like a whole crap ton of copies of some books and you still can't renew it even though there's no hold on it. I rarely get like recent